Local news that matters. This is KC24 News Sunrise.
Coming up on Sunrise, the Justice Department wants to question former Vice President Mike Pence about the attack on the U.S. Capitol.
Plus, U.S. troops celebrating Thanksgiving across the world, how they're bringing Thanksgiving to South Korea.
Good morning. Welcome to KC24 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Caroline Collins. Thank you for waking up with us on this Thanksgiving morning.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Yes,
y'all.
happy Thanksgiving. I can smell the turkey. No, I can't because there's none in here. Let's take a live look outside right now. You're looking at the Fresno airport. A lot of people traveling yesterday. Hopefully, y'all made it to your destinations. Ruben Contreras is in now with a check of the forecast.
We're here early. We're the first ones on this morning, so other stations in town sleeping in. So I don't know what that's about. Yeah.
You know what they say when you snooze?
You lose.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's, we don't know if Gabe Salazar has arrived yet, though. That's the one issue.
Oh, really?
I bet I think
he's at Paparello House today.
Yeah. Oh, okay, all right, well.
He is. He's out there.
Yeah, we have confirmation right here. It is Thanksgiving out there, and it's going to feel like Easter out there across Central California. We've got some hazy sunshine out there, and we're talking about highs in the 70s this afternoon, and it is chilly out there, not as cold as the past few mornings. We are still dealing with some patchy fog, especially in Kings and Tulare counties, but nothing that's really going to have a huge impact on your travels if you are leaving Central California this morning. 50s in Shaver, 60s in Yosemite, 69 in Oakers, and temperatures now in the 20s and 30s. We're going to hold on to the 70s for a little while, but next week, a big cool down. We'll have that 70 forecast in a few minutes. First for now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Ruben. Well, the Justice Department wants to question former Vice President Mike Pence about Donald Trump's efforts to stay in office after losing the 2020 election. Pence was present at some of the key moments when Donald Trump and his allies plotted to keep the former president in office. He also talked on the phone with Trump on the morning of the attack on the U.S. Capitol. The New York Times says that Pence is open to considering DOJ's request. The DOJ and the vice president declined to comment.
The Federal Reserve is expected to raise its key short-term interest rate by 0.5 percentage point when it meets next month. That's the rate that affects many consumer and business loans. Notes released from the Fed's November meeting indicate officials may also reduce the size of their rate hikes soon, despite very few signs that inflation pressures are abating.
Well, a bipartisan delegation of state lawmakers just got back from an overseas trip to Japan. Among the topics discussed, high-speed rail.
Our Capitol Bureau reporter Eitan Wallace spoke with an assembly member about key takeaways from that trip.
You're looking at the future of high-speed rail in California, a project that has been under construction and development for several years now, and one that eventually seeks to connect Southern California to Northern California. Construction is already underway in the Central Valley, where the High-Speed Rail Authority hopes to begin service between Bakersfield and Merced come 2029. After that, the goal is to connect Anaheim to San Francisco by 2033 and San Diego to Sacramento sometime later, although that exact date has not been released. High-speed rail, often referred to as the bullet train, was one of several issues this bipartisan group of legislators addressed when they traveled to Japan this month to meet with various industry leaders and government officials.
I'm actually learning a lot and making a lot of great relationships.
Democratic Assembly member Alex Lee was one of the lawmakers who took part in the overseas trip put on by the California Foundation on the Environment and the Economy. He notes once complete, the bullet train route will go directly through his district in San Jose, which is why he made the bullet train a center point on his trip to Japan, where high-speed rail has long existed.
Japan embarked on the project of high-speed rail starting in the 1950s. And they've had ups and downs, of course, themselves, and a lot of big changes. But what we're trying to achieve in California is to catch up to the rest of the world, catch up.
But high-speed rail has faced its share of opposition in California. The state Senate Republican caucus even created this landing page online to argue the project is too expensive, unreliable, and inefficient. Still, Lee says he's happy the trip to Japan brought together members from both sides of the aisle and their Japanese counterparts to discuss not just the bullet train, but also energy, the economy, and the environment.
We need to catch up. We need to catch up. And I'm really hopeful that we can learn and be humble, as sometimes Americans aren't. So us to be humble to learn from our neighbors across the Pacific.
Reporting here in Sacramento, Eitan Wallace, KC24, local news that matters.
Well, speaking of Sacramento, the city of Sacramento is seeing some big changes in the lenses of their leadership after the most recent elections. 3 new city council members being sworn in. All of them are women, creating a female majority for the first time in over 30 years. This joins the wave of women being elected to office. But just because women have a majority in Sacramento, they say it doesn't mean they're all going to vote the same way.
It will be different, and our values may be different. But at the end of the day, we all have the same objective of making Sacramento better.
Karina, you just heard from there, also says that the number of people deciding to step up and take those roles has been inspiring.
Well, talking about inspiring women, KC24 wants to honor the remarkable women in our community. As part of the nationwide initiative by our parent company, a local winner will be a finalist for the Next Star Woman of the Year Award. Now, to nominate someone and have their story featured in our newscast right here on our KC24 News, just head on over to yourcentralvalley.com and click Remarkable Women under the contest tab. It's exciting. We get to interview them and highlight all the good work that they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, today in South Korea, it seems like everyone has a reason to be excited, although they don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
They're playing in the World Cup against Uruguay right now. U.S. troops in the region are taking a moment to celebrate the time-honored tradition. U.S. troops stationed at an Army base in South Korea celebrated Thanksgiving holiday with a festive meal. Today, senior U.S. Army officials served the traditional Thanksgiving feast of roast turkey, lobster, stuffing, green beans, and cakes to the soldiers based in Camp Casey, one of several U.S. Army bases near the demilitarized zone. Just under 29,000 U.S. troops are still stationed in South Korea. It has the United States' third largest military presence, excuse me, outside the country.
Well, KC24 Sunrise time is 5:06.
Still ahead. Are you cooking for Thanksgiving? Well, we're going to give you some tips. Whoa, you don't want that to happen.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Defrost that turkey before you put it in a fryer, y'all.
Because some people are afraid of fire, so be careful. Temperatures are warming up for the holiday. First Your 40 allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Elm and juniper at the top, pollens. We are in the low range through Sunday. I'll show you the spring-like conditions for Thanksgiving as KC Sunrise continues.
Have the opportunity to give a little bit back and say thank you to everybody.
To help lend a helping hand and really get them through tough times.
I think it's just a very special thing that this organization provides.
The KC24 Turkey Drive was a tremendous success. Because of your donations, families in need are being served by Catholic Charities this holiday season.
For every holiday, for everyone. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
The Fresno County Historical Society doesn't just preserve the past, we bring it back to life through photos and stories that connect us all. Your membership allows us to capture and share history every day. Join now at valleyhistory.org/membership.
A degree from Fresno Pacific University isn't just a slip of paper or a box to check. It's an experience you take with you to every job, every connection, every opportunity, every day. An education from Fresno Pacific University takes you beyond a degree, personally and professionally. Find out about our flexible schedules, degree guarantees, and take the next step at fpu.edu/beyond.
The Golden One member Cash Rewards Plus credit card gives you a little more of everything. More filling up your tank and filling up your plate. More sharing grandma's favorite recipes and passing down your favorite traditions. Whether it's your everyday or those extra special days, you get more with the Golden One credit card, so you can be more.
Your health is your life. When it rushes to greet you, you realize what matters. These moments where tears and laughter mix. They hold our attention. They hold us together. It's why we hope, why we work, and it's how we live. By holding on to our health, we hold on to life. And so we're here with you for life.
It's bad enough, and they want to make it a lot worse for you.
Frankly, you can feel, I think, momentum building for Republicans.
80% of Democrats and Republicans apparently have that feeling.
Our team of journalists covering every single angle.
You're a fair man. That's why I'm doing this program.
It's always going to be a balance.
Tonight we got your back.
How do we figure out the truth, Congressman? Staying on top of this very important issue.
What am I missing here?
I think if they win, I should get all the credit. If they lose, I should not be blamed at all.
Welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. It is chilly out there, not as cold as the past few mornings, and we're just dealing with a little bit of fog and haze in other parts of the valley. Quick look outside to show you a live picture from our Valley Cam powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This one at our studios. We're going at the Fresno Air Terminal this morning. Just kind of hazy out there. Valley temperatures upper 30s to low 40s. We're staying above the freezing mark. We are not under a freeze warning this morning, but it's still cold out there. But overall visibility is okay, 3 to 6 miles. So if you're traveling out of the valley for this morning for Thanksgiving, you're going to be okay. And Fresno today, we're going to sneak into the 70s for the holiday. Temperatures a little above average, but we're staying below records. Around California, plenty of sunshine. The biggest concern is in the Los Angeles area where there could be some wind, but temperatures in the 70s, mid-70s for San Diego and 60s for Las Vegas. If you're staying here at home, going to the Turkey Trot at Woodward Park, it's going to be chilly. Temperatures in the 40s through 9 o'clock. Just some patchy fog, nothing too widespread or locally dense. We might sneak into the 70s tomorrow, but we're going to see some clouds, but overall good amount of sunshine for the rest of the holiday weekend. Next week, it gets cold really fast. We'll have that 7-day forecast in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Ruben. Well, Thanksgiving at home generally means a crowded and busy kitchen, and it's also a time when hospitals see a jump in burn patients.
Miranda Whittington talked to a doctor about the need to stay alert while you were preparing the Thanksgiving dinner.
It can only take a second for Thanksgiving to be ruined thanks to a fire.
It's not the most common burn we see, but it is out there, and it's potentially a serious cause.
It's here in your kitchen where a good time can quickly go south due to burns.
Throughout life, day-to-day life, we are around hot objects, combustible chemicals all the time.
Dr. Marshall Hall is the medical director for TriStar Skyline Medical Center and says this is the time of year where they see more people getting burned.
Weather's getting cooler. People are starting to have outdoor fires. People are having indoor fires. And then the big one, Thanksgiving week, is a big time for burns because people are cooking more.
Dr. Hall says Thanksgiving is when hospitals typically see an influx of people coming in because of burns. He says 30% of those cases typically come from children who might accidentally burn themselves by grabbing something as simple as a pot off the stove.
Kids are running around the kitchen. It's very easy for one of them to reach up and grab a pot handle and pull some burning water down on them.
One of his biggest pieces of advice this holiday season is making sure families know where hot liquids are so they can keep them away from children.
When you're working with an open flame or hot liquids, turn those handles away from the edge of the stove. Be aware of where those hot liquids are. Make sure that the kids are staying away from it.
Hall says the majority of burns this time of year typically happen at home. So if you do happen to experience a burn, don't wait. Head to the hospital to get it checked out.
So don't ignore burns when you get them seen about.
That was Miranda Whittington reporting. And as you gear up for today's Thanksgiving feast, you're likely to end up with quite a few leftovers. There are some things you should do to make sure that they are safe to have for another meal. There's a temperature danger zone, okay? Highway to the danger zone for food. About 40 to 135 degrees. If your food is anywhere in between that, bacteria can multiply.
Ew.
Yeah, and then it grows very rapidly. Dishes with milks and creams, those are especially crucial to get in the fridge right away. So all those milk cream turkeys that you have.
That would be like green bean casserole,
yes,
mashed
there we
potatoes.
go. I was trying to think. Okay, great. It's recommended if you only keep leftovers for 3 to 5 days. What? And when you reheat leftovers, make sure food is reheated to at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit to kill any possible bacteria.
Ooh, yeah, don't let your food sit out too long today. Make sure you get it cleaned up back in the fridge so it's ready to eat for tomorrow.
What is your favorite leftover go-to?
Ooh, I love making a really good sandwich on a good bun with the leftover turkey, put a little stuffing on there maybe, maybe some cranberry sauce.
Okay, I saw a recipe from Bon Appetit, gravy mayo.
Wow.
You make gravy mayo to then put on the sandwich.
Do you mix the gravy with the mayo?
Yeah, it's not that simple, but you make it a different way.
Sounds
but it
good.
sounds amazing.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna try that.
I love that leftover turkey. And it's healthy too if you don't eat it on a big bun or with all the fixins. You can make soup
but you
with
gotta put all the layers on there.
Yes. KC 24 Sunrise Time, it's 5:14.
Still ahead, the Paparillo House is giving back to Central Valley families in need of a Thanksgiving meal. Gabe Salazar is live as they get ready for all the fixins today.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
By using third-party financing with competitive programs, your new smile can be affordable and easy. Call Better Life today to see if you qualify.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
Today, buying drugs is as easy as sending a text or ordering online. And while not every illegal drug sold is laced with a deadly amount of fentanyl, there's only one terrifying way to find out. Parents, please talk to your kids about the dangers of fentanyl-laced drugs before it's too late.
Whoa, check out Scott's Sneaks.
Sweet. Hey, you can win your own. Just go to our contest page at YourCentralValley.com. Every month, City Stars gives $100 towards your new pair.
Nice.
Check out Scott Sneaks, a new pair featured each week on KC24's Bulldog Insider.
The time to start shopping is now during the Naughty or Nice holiday sales event at Onacar. Over 300 vehicles, 32 brands, 157 different models. One huge location. Have you been naughty? Have you been nice? Who cares? Auto loans are getting approved every day. Some regardless of credit score or down payment. And Onacar's lifetime powertrain warranty is included on selected vehicles in stock. Onacar's Naughty or Nice holiday sale is going on now. Blackstone and Bullard in the Target Shopping Center.
OnacarFresno.com.
Choosing can be difficult. Corner Bakery makes it simple with our Choose 2. Mix and match any 2 kitchen-crafted favorites to build your perfectly paired meal. For freshly prepared, artisan-inspired choices, visit one of our Valley locations in Fresno and Visalia today.
Chances are we've already met. But when we meet here, this is where our worlds will come together. Cahuilla Health is built for this moment in your life. We are courageous, resilient, ready. Health is our passion, and excellence is always our focus. Because when you come in here, our priority is to get you back out there.
Cahuilla Health, more than medicine, life.
It's a new day because COVID vaccines just got a big update. Just in time for everyone who works with other people. Just in time for more togetherness. Just in time to say, oh, you bet we'll be there. Because the updated vaccines can now protect against both the original COVID virus and Omicron. And that's a moment we've all been waiting for.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. GW School Supply has all the gifts you need and great stocking stuffers and family activities. Shop safe with less crowds and more items for kids of all ages. GW School Supply makes it the most wonderful time of the year.
KC24 News is brought to you in part by HR Mobile Services.
Happy Thanksgiving, Central Valley. It is cold out there this morning. Not as cold as the past few mornings. We are not under a freeze warning. Our only concern this morning is some patchy fog, but it's not too widespread or locally dense. But if you're still need to do some last-minute grocery shopping, or if you are hitting the roads for the holiday in the next couple hours, just keep that in mind. 41 degrees in Fresno, 40s along the coast, 40s in Bakersfield, but 37 in Sacramento this morning. Most of the Central Valley upper 30s, 36 in Visalia, 38 in Merced, and 37 from Madera. And compared to 24 hours ago, give or take a degree or two, temperatures are about the same. As for visibility, it's down to 2 miles in Hanford, 3 miles in Visalia. It's kind of a mixture of some patchy fog and some haze out there. That's just going to be an issue as long as high pressure is over us, which will stay over us for a good portion of the holiday weekend. Quick look outside to our Valley Cam powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This one had Pickett Solar in Fowler this morning. There's one car in 99, so traffic not too bad here locally, not just yet, but things might pick up in the next couple hours or so. Some people hit the roads. Plenty of sunshine across California for the holiday as high pressure builds right over the state and for a good portion of the West Coast. The only unfortunate thing is it's going to be dry, so there's no real rain or snow to really impact your holiday plans here. The only concern is some wind if you're headed to Southern California today, maybe early Friday, and there's some very dry conditions. Overall, things fairly pleasant for much of California. That high wind warning still in effect for the Los Angeles County Mountains through 3 o'clock this afternoon. So if you're going through the Grapevine, you might encounter some wind gusts of 50 to 60 miles an hour. If you're going through the backside of Los Angeles through the 15, Same deal. There could be some wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour. Other parts of Southern California under a wind advisory or a fire weather warning. That's also in effect for much of the holiday weekend because of the very dry conditions. We are talking about humidity levels down to 10% or less. Hoping this traffic cam from Caltrans comes back up, but wanted to show you conditions at Jensen and 99. Things are looking pretty good here so far this morning. Just a little hazy out there. If you're traveling outside of the valley to Southern California, temperatures in the 70s, but some gusty winds out there. Some inland areas will be in the 80s, 70s for Palm Springs, 60s in the Bay Area, and chilly 48 degrees in Lake Tahoe in the afternoon. And our temperatures here locally will be well above average, but still below records. Today's record 78, average is 61, and we're going for 70 degrees in Fresno. South Valley temperatures for today, 69 in Pixley, 70 in Tulare, 70 in Selma, 70 in Fresno, 55 at China Peak, 70 in Madera, 69 for Oakers, 61 for Yosemite, and 71 in Chowchilla. Air quality, it's moderate to unhealthy for sensitive groups. No wood burning today at all. In Fresno County, the rest of the valley, it's allowed, but your fireplace must be a clean burning registered device. 7-day forecast shows we could sneak into the 70s tomorrow, but some clouds are going to move in the afternoon, and we're going to hold on to the mild temperatures for the rest of the holiday weekend. It's going to be a little bit cooler, but still above average. Next week, our chances of rain are dying down. Maybe just a light shower in the afternoon on the east side of the valley and a little bit of snow in the mountains, but we're going to drop into the 50s for afternoon highs. Temperatures will be kind of cold as we wrap up the month of November. Your regional forecast is available any time of the day. Just go to yourcentralvalley.com to check it out. For now, we will send it back to you.
Well, on this chilly Thanksgiving morning, the Poverello House is preparing hundreds of Thanksgiving meals to those who need it the most.
Gabe Salazar is live at the Poverello House as staff prepares all of these meals. Good morning, Gabe. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. So it's a day to show thanks, but for some, it's a chance to give back to those in need. And here at the Poverello House, we are seeing that in full action this morning. So what do we have going on here? Joining me now is Zach Dara.
Yeah, so this morning you see volunteers that gave up their morning today to come and prep our Thanksgiving menu today for those in need in our community.
So how many mouths are you expected to feed today?
So just for the Thanksgiving meal alone, we'll do about 1,000 meals today. Overall, we do almost 3,000 meals every day of the year.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, we're just highlighting today because it's the holiday, but you said this is an ongoing operation and you guys rely solely on donations, right?
Absolutely. Donations and the good support of this community. So dollars that people are giving during this month especially go to fund this meal today for anybody that is in need of a hot meal.
So volunteers woke up bright and early. Right now they're preparing the meal. So what is on the menu today?
Today we have a delicious traditional Thanksgiving menu with turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, vegetables, and of course pie. As you can see, all the pie. We'll cut a lot of pie today for people.
And how does it feel like for you just to see people eat a warm meal on a chilly morning or a chilly afternoon? And this is run solely with the goodwill and self-service from the volunteers here.
Oh, yes. It's an amazing thing. We believe that service is transformational to our lives and also in the service to others, providing that dignity and respect that we believe everybody deserves and has. And so I think for a lot of us, this time of year is really special with our friends and family and all those kinds of things. For those that we serve here at Poverello, for a lot of those people, this is the absolute hardest time of year for them as they think about not being with their friends and family. So at least they come here, have a hot and delicious meal, feel welcomed and loved, and feel that dignity and worth that we believe every person has.
Yeah, that's such an amazing thing that you guys do literally 365 days a year. And later on, we'll tell you how you can get involved and help the Poverello House as well. Guys, back to you.
I like that he said it's about more than a meal. It's about giving them their dignity and some worth on this day. Gabe Salazar, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. KC 24 Sunrise Time, 523.
Your morning sports coming up after the break.
Character matters. It's the foundation for student success.
The Tulare County Office of Education and KC24 are committed to what matters.
We partner together to bring you weekly stories of students living these pillars of character.
Trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, citizenship.
Those who do what's right are great role models and are changing the world for the better.
Your Character Matters, Tuesdays at 5 on KC24. Local news, it matters.
2 new IHOP lunch and dinner menu items for twice the goodness, twice the flavor, and twice the choice. Sirloin Salisbury steak and all-natural salmon. Perfect for lunch or dinner. Only at IHOP. Download the app and earn free food with every purchase.
With dentures from Aspen Dental, all they'll see is your confident smile. How do we do it? We provide exceptional care all in one place. And our denture experts craft natural-looking dentures right in our in-office labs because we'll do anything to make sure your smile looks like your smile. Right now, get replacement dentures starting at just $2.99 per arch. We can even get started today. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your complimentary denture consultation now.
The Black Friday mattress sale is on at Sleepmore, inside More Furniture for Less.
Save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets from Sealy and Tempur-Pedic.
Our top-of-the-line mattress brands are on sale. And right now, you can take until December 2027 to pay.
That's 2027 interest-free financing on adjustable mattress sets from Sealy and Tempur-Pedic.
Upgrade your sleep just in time for the holidays during the Black Friday mattress sale, going on now at Sleepmore.
Introducing Me and Ed's new Nashville Hot Chicken Pizza. Crispy hot seasoned fried chicken, juicy dill pickles, scallions, red onions, and topped with our soon-to-be legendary Nashville Hot Ranch Drizzle. Get it hot and get it at Me and Ed's.
For 75 years, Whitey's Pets has been helping you find your new best friend. We carry leading brands of dog and cat food at great prices. Our expert staff will help, whether you're just starting out or have years of schooling. Whitey's carries all the supplies and accessories your new friend needs to be happy and healthy. Shy friends, furry friends, slippery friends, friendly friends. Whitey's Pets, open every day. The best service and selection for 75 years. Say, how long is that in dog years?
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
We're not very good at this point in time. That's an exact quote from Justin Hutson, head men's basketball coach at Fresno State. He said that on Tuesday, a day before the Bulldogs took the court in the annual Wooden Legacy. The 1-3 Bulldogs facing Washington in Anaheim. A couple of San Joaquin Memorial Panthers on Washington. Quincy Pondexter, assistant coach. Braxton Mia, junior center. He was a Bulldog last season. More from him shortly, but first, Isaiah Moore, off the pass from Jordan Campbell, throws it down with two hands. Moore, the only Bulldog in double figures. He scored 15. Jamal Baker added 8. Nice move there. Bulldogs had a 1-point lead at halftime, but they couldn't hold on to it. Early in the second half, Mia with the block on one end, but he's not done. The finish at the other with two hands. Washington beats Fresno State 62-57. That's 4 straight losses for the Bulldogs.
Our guys came out and threw the ball away. I mean, it's that simple. They got to come out and play better in the second half. They got to do what we say we're going to do when we're in the locker room. Come out and lock in 5 minutes and let's get a good shot and the adjustments we make, and we just came out and threw the ball away.
I got to play against the people I've been playing with for the past couple of years, and it was this amazing experience. I got to do it with my new family, so it made it even better.
Isaiah Moore had a double-double, his second double-double this season. He also had one in the season opener against Fresno Pacific. Braxton Mia scored 4 points and had 7 rebounds against his former team, which turned the ball over 21 times on Wednesday night. Fresno State will stay in Anaheim for one more game in the Wooden Legacy on Thanksgiving Day. The Bulldogs are 1-4. They have lost 4 games in a row. In the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks have lost 2 of 3. The Bulls beat them on Wednesday night. But in the loss, ex-San Joaquin Memorial standout Brook Lopez scored 20 points. He also had 7 rebounds. To football. Thursday is Thanksgiving. There is football on Thanksgiving, but the Raiders don't play on Thanksgiving, which means Derek Carr and company can enjoy Thanksgiving with their families. And he plans to eat
Mashed potatoes. Yeah, my mom, growing up, she used to make everyone mashed potatoes, and then she'd make me my little pot, you know, because that was my favorite thing. So shout out, Mom. Thanks.
So he loves mashed potatoes, excuse me. His least favorite dish at Thanksgiving, green beans. And that's your look at sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Years of exclusive coverage inside Fresno State. A tradition for Bulldog fans with stories and moments that matter most. The Bulldog Insider, Sunday on KC24. Sponsored by Fashion Furniture.
You know what I love about November? The chill of the air, the warmth of the fire, the unforgettable smell of cold, hard cash. It's November to remember at Tachi Palace. Every Sunday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., Premier Club members that rack up over 100 points can win up to $5,000 in cash and prizes. So this fall, make it a November to remember. See Premier Club for more details. Only at Tachi Palace Casino Resort in Lemoore.
How to holiday the Bob's way. Mr. Gnome, you look confused. I get it. Comparing two similar items from different stores is hard, but Bob's Discount Furniture makes deciding easy. Take these two sofas. Both power recline, both have USB ports, but my Avenger power reclining sofa has comfy Bothopedic seating and a neat drop-down table for fun snacks and bevs. Theirs doesn't. My Avenger is only $9.99. Theirs is a whopping $18.35. That's bananas. You know what else is bananas? Talking to a holiday gnome.
T-Mobile covers 99% of people in America. So when we say we have your town covered, we mean it.
I'm able to go to any of the small towns and still pick up great service.
And great coverage is just the beginning. Families and small businesses can save up to $900 versus Verizon.
We actually save way more now than we did with our old carrier.
The amount of money you save with T-Mobile, it's just awesome.
Plus, with our T-Mobile Price Lock, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan. Switch today.
After 100 years, everything old is new at A&W. A frosty mug of original A&W root beer tastes incredible. And our famous Papa Burgers are made with 100% USDA quality beef. Try our 5-piece chicken tender combo with sweet Thai chili sauce and the return of peach as part of our Real Fruit Shakes lineup. Get them before they're gone in Visalia, Tulare, Dinuba, and Exeter.
Chances are we've already met. But when we meet here, this is where our worlds will come together. Cahuilla Health is built for this moment in your life. We are courageous, resilient, ready. Health is our passion, and excellence is always our focus. Because when you come in here, our priority is to get you back out there.
Cahuilla Health, more than medicine, life.
Your health matters to you and to KC24. Every month, I'll remind you to call your buddy for self-exams. Go to yourcentralvalley.com and download the Buddy Check 24 app today.
KC24 News is brought to you in part by Fresno Unified School District. Local news that matters. This is KC24 News Sunrise.
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to KC24 Sunrise. I'm Caroline Collins.
That's Caroline, by the way. I'm Brody Logan. Thank you for joining us on this Thanksgiving morning. Up bright and early at 5:32 a.m. on this Thanksgiving. It's chilly right now, Ruben, but hey, this might be a good day to have Thanksgiving dinner outside.
Yeah, I think some people plan on doing that, and if you're inviting Caroline, she's going to pop in like this, as she just did with her hands, like waving hi to people when she comes in. Yeah, it's like, whoa, hey. The only thing is, got to worry about some patchy fog this morning. It is a little chilly out there, but we are not under a freeze warning, so some good news there. And it's kind of a mixture of some haze out there for the holiday, but overall, really comfortable in the afternoon. We are talking about temperatures in the 70s for most of the valley, upper 30s right now. It's not record warmth. Records are actually close to 80 degrees. We're just well above the average of 61, and our temperatures throughout the holiday weekend will be unseasonably warm. It might be a little bit cooler towards Saturday into Sunday, but still above average. Up in the mountains, 58 in Shaver Lake, 61 for Yosemite, and 69 in Oakhurst in the foothills of Madera County. Next week, it gets cold really fast. We'll show you that 7-day forecast in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Ruben, thank you. Well, one man is dead and a woman is in the hospital after an SUV crashes into a canal full of water in Kettleman City. The CHP says it happened in the area of Highway 41 and Quill Avenue around 3:40 Wednesday afternoon. The woman tried to pass a big rig in the heavy trafficked area and then ended up clipping the truck. The impact sent the SUV into the canal. The woman was given CPR and airlifted to the hospital. The man died at the scene.
Well, if you're hitting the roads to travel this weekend, CHP is going to be out in full force. Their maximum enforcement period, it started at about 6 last night. It runs until Sunday at midnight. Every available officer will be out looking for speeding, drunk, or distracted drivers. Last year during this period, there were over 1,000 DUI arrests across the state of California. That is an increase of about 150 compared to 2020. Again, though, about this time in 2020, far fewer people on the roads. And each of the past 2 years, there have been more than 30 deaths on California roads during the Thanksgiving weekend.
Drive safe, reduce your speed, give yourself enough time to get to your families or any location you need to go to. Don't drink and drive, and don't text and drive as well.
AAA advises leaving before 10 a.m. if you want to avoid as much traffic as possible this morning.
Holiday travel is underway. Expect busy airports, roads, and buses this week as millions of Americans are getting to and from their holiday destination. On Fresno's highways, accidents like these have kept police busy this week. And over at Fresno Yosemite International Airport, officials say that things have been running smoothly, but they have seen an increase in travelers. Also, Amtrak is seeing an uptick in customers taking the train.
Years. Immediately following Thanksgiving, the Sunday following Thanksgiving is our busiest time of the year every year. But then we continue to remain busy throughout the holidays as well. I think there's a lot of reasons. I think the holidays bring a lot of stress in getting on the trains, and you're able to relax and let someone else take the wheel.
Years.
They advise those taking the train to visit loved ones, to plan ahead of time and take their time. So if you're going to visit loved ones on a train, just plan ahead of time. TSA also has a website, tsa.gov, that you can find more travel tips there and make sure that you know what you can and cannot put in your bags and all that, because that can eliminate holdups in security.
What about a tuba?
Hey, if it fits in the overhead compartment or under the seat, why not?
A trombone. Because
the Central Valley High School Marching Band is getting an experience of a lifetime.
Members of the Clovis North Marching Band, they're packing up their trombones and their tubas. They're performing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this morning.
Yay!
They are one of 5 high school bands from around the country. Just one of 5.
Look at them
who got
there.
Picked to perform after a competitive audition process. They were chosen out of over 100 other marching bands. The group of 130 kids will start marching near Central Park in about 30 minutes. But we won't have it live. We'll have it a little bit later. But they will play songs that represent the Golden State.
We'll be playing some California Dreamin' on TV. We want to support California. There's not a lot of bands from California who've had this opportunity, and it's important to me that we represent our state.
Lesser says the band spent Wednesday exploring New York City, of course, and for many students, it was their first time there. After seeing some shows and the bright city lights, he says the students are more excited than ever. They're ready to take in the experience of a lifetime. The district and parents paid for some of the trip, but Lesser says the trip was made possible by a generous anonymous donor. Get this, that person or people donated $200,000 to help make sure that these kids could get to perform in the parade.
Oh, that just gives me chills. That's going to be such a cool experience for them. And you can catch the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade right here on KC24, right after at 9 a.m. What time does it come on? Does it come on right after our show?
There's Today's Show after us,
and then the parade. Okay, so you still got some time before you can see that marching band, but they will be there. So, and don't stream the app, just keep us on live. So, besides the Clovis North Band, some other familiar faces include characters from Sesame Street, Blue's Clues, and the famous corn kid from TikTok riding on top of his Colonel Caravan. So, stay tuned after sunrise and then after the Today Show so you can catch it all.
That's right.
Corn.
It's the only place you can watch it. Well, on this chilly Thanksgiving morning, the Poverello House is preparing hundreds of Thanksgiving meals to those who need it the most.
Gabe Salazar is live at the Poverello House as staff prepare the meals. Good morning, Gabe.
That's right, guys. So here at the Poverello House, prep work is already underway for the Thanksgiving luncheon later today. So joining me now is Zach Dara with the Poverello House. So these are all individuals who chose to wake up early in the morning, dark and early, to give back to the community, right?
Absolutely. These folks here probably got up at 4 o'clock in the morning today to come down to make sure that we could have a delicious Thanksgiving menu today for those in need in our community.
And so what's on the menu today?
Traditional Thanksgiving, turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, of course, some veggies, and we can't go wrong with some pie, as you can see folks cutting pie today.
There you go. And put into context why it's so important to give back to those in need, especially today, but also 365 days a year.
Absolutely. For many of us, we'll enjoy a wonderful Thanksgiving day with our friends and family. We probably maybe have a little bit more than we need, or we have exactly what we need, but we all have a little bit to share with somebody who doesn't have anything. And that's what we see today. A lot of people just giving back, all the people that made today possible through their generous donations and support.
And for those who don't know, we were talking earlier, and you were saying that it seems like the community always answers the call whenever there is a need. I mean, earlier this year there were concerns of a turkey shortage, but you guys didn't have any of those problems, right?
Not at all. Yes, this community always comes through for people in need. I've seen it here at Poverello House over the last 3 years. Anytime there's a need, people meet that need. As you see, the turkeys behind us. We didn't even ask for turkeys this year. I think this community donated over 300 turkeys so that we would have enough for everyone this year.
That is so awesome to hear. Just seeing and hearing the community answer the call and provide for people who need it most, especially for the holidays when it is hard to find just a warm meal, right?
Absolutely. And for people that come down to Poverello House today, the fact of the matter is they probably won't be with their friends or family today. And so this is their opportunity to have a nice hot Thanksgiving meal, to be in a place where they feel welcomed, loved, and dignity and worth that we believe everyone has.
All right, that's so good to hear. Well, good luck to you guys. I know you guys have a busy day ahead. Back to you guys.
They're working hard. It's great to see.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing they do.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to get fed this holiday thanks to them. Thanks, Gabe. KC24 sunrise time is 5:40.
Still ahead, decorating your house this weekend. We got some safety tips, so when you do so this holiday season, you don't have calamities happen.
Calamity.
The good thing is we don't have to deal with ice here like Clark Griswold got stuck in the rain that one year, so we got that going for us. What we got going, one, two. That's true, yeah. Wrapped in a box.
Making a fire.
Yeah, so if you eat Jell-O, just be on the lookout for that. Let's get to that 40 allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. We're in the low range through Sunday. It's going to feel like spring today. Details on the warm temperatures as KC Sunrise continues.
Have the opportunity to give a little bit back and say thank you to everybody.
To help lend a helping hand and really get them through tough times.
I think it's just a very special thing that this organization provides.
The KC24 Turkey Drive was a tremendous success. Because of your donations, families in need are being served by Catholic Charities this holiday season.
Going halfway isn't the best way. Especially when it comes to COVID-19 protection. Stay up to date on vaccines and boosters. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find one near you.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a constant vaccine driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Don't stress, just save up to $200 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Avoid long lines and empty shelves this Black Friday. Instead, save up to 60% on electronics and appliances during Ventura TV's Black November sale. Easy financing and a huge inventory of in-stock merchandise means you'll find what you need when you want it. Amana's 4-element gas range with drop-down broiler is only $4.99. And Whirlpool's dishwasher with third rack and sensor wash is $6.99. And LG's French 4-door refrigerator with craft ice is just $34.99. Enjoy your holidays with huge savings at Ventura TV and Appliances, the Valley's low-price leader.
Tonight, NBC and Peacock are serving up an NFL football nightcap. Touchdown! Patriots! Wow! Vikings! Glad you're with us for the last course. Off we go. Tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Hide all your gifts. Protect your holiday tree. How the Grinch Stole Christmas is coming to NBC.
I must stop Christmas from coming.
The Grinch on Friday will be must-see, followed by Trolls Holiday Harmony on NBC.
Welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. It's chilly out there, but not as cold as the past few mornings, and things are looking all right visibility-wise. Let's take you outside to show you one of our valley cams powered by Eagle Mountain Casino. This one at Sunmade at Palm and Herndon in northwest Fresno. All is calm here. This intersection was a little hectic yesterday, but just a few cars out there this morning, and our temperatures are in the 30s and 40s. 41 in Fresno, 33 for Lemoore, and 38 in Merced. Visibility is about 5 to 6 miles, mainly due to some haze, but we do have some patchy fog in the Kings County area towards Hanford Ward and into Larry County towards Visalia. If you're traveling today, 60s and plenty of sunshine in Sacramento, near 70 degrees at Morro Bay, mid-60s for Las Vegas with plenty of sunshine, and people are headed out to that turkey trot at Woodward Park this morning. It's going to be a little chilly out there. You might find a little bit of patchy fog, but temperatures will be in the upper 30s to low 40s through 8 o'clock this morning. And our highs today, low 70s, maybe tomorrow, but the rest of the holiday weekend will stay in the 60s. Still not bad for this time of year. Really cold next week. We'll show you that 70 forecast in a few minutes. First for now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, so take in the 70s while you can.
Yes.
You may be decorating your house after Thanksgiving weekend, or you know, some people just put up their tree.
I know, yeah, some people are already decorated for the holidays, but if you're not, when it comes to decorating your home for the holidays, this year, officials say it may be a new year, but you should start with the old decorations.
Check out those lights, first of all. If you get that string out, plug them in, see if they work. If half of them aren't working, throw them away. You look for damaged wires, broken bulbs, just throw them away. Get you a new set. That's the best thing to start with.
And those measures of safety even apply to what type of tree you actually get.
As a general rule, you know, these artificial trees are pretty safe. If you decide to go with a real tree, be careful what you pick. So check those pine needles, you know, get them. If you end up with a handful of them, may not be the freshest tree. Shake it. If all the needles are falling off, don't choose that one.
What about when it comes to lighting up your Christmas decor? Well, Chief Reynolds says that those extension cords that you use to brighten up those decorations can also be dangerous if you don't use them correctly, as the inexpensive cords can't take the heat that bigger extension cords would be able to. So the golden rules for safety this holiday season: unplug the decorations before heading to bed or leaving the house, and make sure that you have a working fire detector in your home just in case. Also, your animals are, you know, you need to keep them away from the tree and put those dangerous ornaments up higher that they might choke on.
Also, if a police officer shows up at your home asking when the timers are for your lights, what kind of security measures you have, if he happens to have a weird gold tooth for some reason, it might not really be a police officer, so don't give them all that information.
Is this Home Alone?
That's Home Alone. It's the movie Home Alone.
Got it. Yeah, thank you. I finally got a movie reference. Yes. It's a Thanksgiving miracle. Well, some turkeys don't want to be on your Thanksgiving dinner table today.
Check this out. It's a video taken in Tennessee. Shows a driver being chased back into the car by some angry turkeys. Yeah, they're fighting back. Just got too close to those birds. They're going to protect the rest of the flock. Yeah, man, turkeys.
Wow.
Well, I mean, this is the rare instance where you do want to drive after 3 wild turkeys.
Wow.
Yeah.
They look aggressive.
That was a whiskey joke.
Look like geese. You know how geese on the golf course can get pretty aggressive? That's what that reminds me of.
Hey, birds, you know, birds for the most part are aggressive.
They're territorial.
I even have blue jays in my backyard. Those things, they like scare away every other bird.
Yeah, they're big. They get big too, actually.
Turkeys, though. Oh.
Yeah. How big's the bird you're doing today? You doing a whole bird?
I don't know. We got it spatchcocked, so it's hard to. That's when you flay it and it kind of like presses down. It cooks more evenly.
Oh, nice. You doing it in the oven?
Yeah, sure. I'm not doing it.
Is your wife doing it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Mel's doing it. All right, KC 24 Sunrise Time, 547.
Still ahead, Valley farmers are preparing for cooler temperatures in the coming days. How they plan to protect their crops from the freezing weather when we come back.
Loud garage doors sound like bump, 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 bump. Usually customers don't know that their garage doors are loud until we get there and we fix it, and then they're like, wow, this is so much quieter than it used to be. Precision is here to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Black Friday is finally here. And More Furniture for Less has the massive savings you've been waiting for.
Shop early at 9 a.m. for special savings and the best selection of our doorbuster deals and latest arrivals.
The furniture you want for the holidays is all on sale and ready for delivery.
But don't wait. Hurry in for 12 special hours from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday.
Preview all Black Friday doorbusters at morefurniture.com.
We're for the fashion-forward and budget-minded. We've got the brands that set you apart and the style to make you stand out. the looks that let you shine. We're for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Tulare Outlets, where you'll discover real style at real savings this holiday season. Join us at 6 a.m. on Black Friday for a grand sale, live DJ, and big fun. And enter to win one of 5 one-grand shopping sprees. Visit TulareOutletCenter.com for details.
This van just hit me out of nowhere. I thought I was dead. After the accident, I was in a lot of pain. I had a fusion, and I decided that I needed to get an attorney because I could not work. I looked on the internet and called Jacoby and Myers. They had their own dream team for everything, every need, every area. They took care of me like a queen. I would recommend you call Jacoby and Myers. They really went to bat for me.
Choose Jacoby and Myers.
Growth. Sometimes it's easy to see, and other times you have to look a little harder. At Community Health System, we're proud of our recent growth because this growth allows us to care for thousands of patients in our hospitals, in our clinics, and in their homes each and every day. You see, our growth isn't simply about getting bigger. It's about evolving our Valley's healthcare so we can meet your evolving needs. Together.
Light up your family's holiday season with the all-new Illuminator Spectacular at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. Celebrate with holiday-inspired live entertainment, refreshments, and photos with Santa. Tickets on sale now.
Slice fresh sandwiches, poured of subs.
Welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. It's cold out there, but not as cold as the past few mornings. We're above the freezing mark for a good portion of the valley. Matter of fact, Fresno in the 40s at 41 degrees, 36 in Visalia and 38 in Merced. This morning, give or take a degree or two. Temperatures are about the same. Some patchy fog towards Hanford and Visalia. Visibility bound down to 2 miles in Hanford, 3 in Visalia. Points in between might be a little lower than that. And the other issue is it's just mainly kind of hazy out there. That's just going to be an issue until we get some actual rain in Central California. But we're going to be waiting for a while. Quick look outside to our Valley Cam powered by 813 Properties. This one looking at the Fresno Air Terminal from our studios. Things are a go. If you're flying out of Fresno still doing some last minute traveling for the holiday, Fresno will be in the 70s today. And of course, we're going to see that fog linger for a few hours this morning. But this afternoon, high of 70 degrees, well above average by 10 degrees. But we're staying below records. Those are close to 80 degrees. 60s in the Bay Area, 70s for San Diego, 74 along the shoreline in Los Angeles. But some parts of Southern California are going to be dealing with some gusty winds. While high pressure is building over much of the western United States, it's keeping us dry, keeping us unseasonably warm for this time of year. But the way this ridge sets up, it creates that strong offshore flow, and it takes aim right at Southern California. So there's going to be some gusty winds if you're traveling south today, and maybe even tomorrow for the holiday weekend, especially through the Grapevine and the Cajon Pass on the backside of Los Angeles. So it's either a high wind warning or a wind advisory for today or into tomorrow. Mainly that high wind warning, but the Grapevine could have some wind gusts of 50, maybe even 60 miles an hour than other portions of Southern California under a fire weather warning because of the extremely dry conditions. We are talking about humidity levels down to 10% or less in some areas. And of course, our temperatures, they are above average, but this is not record warmth. It's just a little warm for this time of year, but fairly nice if you're going to be having your Thanksgiving feast outside. Temperatures in the 70s today for Tulare, Corcoran, Kettleman City. Still in the 60s for Pixley at 69 degrees, 71 in Huron, 71 in San Joaquin. 52 in Sequoia, 55 for China Peak, 69 in Mariposa, 70 in Merced, and 69 for Los Banos. Air quality, that's still a concern. It's unhealthy for sensitive groups in Fresno, Kings, and Tulare counties. Moderate for the rest of the valley. No wood burning today at all in Fresno County. The rest of the valley, it is allowed, but your fireplace must be a clean burning registered device. And of course, the 7-day forecast shows that we're going to be in the upper 60s, maybe 70s tomorrow. We are expecting some clouds to come in late in the afternoon, so that might kind of slow the warming process down. We're staying above average, though, even though we're going to cool off a little bit for the rest of the holiday weekend. Monday, it just looks like maybe just a very light shower in the afternoon, not expecting any significant rain, but we're going to drop into the 50s for highs for most of next week, and overnight lows will drop back into the 30s for most locations. And of course, as always, you can go to yourcentralvalley.com to check out your weather forecast any time of the day. Anything you want is right there. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Citrus crops are increasingly vulnerable when temperatures dip across the valley.
And it's going to get colder next week. So citrus crops are threatened when temperatures fall between 28 and 30 degrees, but that's only if crops are exposed to the freezing temperatures for at least 6 hours. Growers have different methods of keeping them warm. Fresno County Farm Bureau CEO says that a little air and water can go a long way.
What citrus farmers will do is they'll run a combination of water out in the fields because that groundwater actually releases heat and helps to boost that temperature, as well as they'll run those big, large fans out there in the field.
The fans bring warmer air from 15 to 20 feet above down to the ground level. Together, the air and water can raise temperatures as much as 4 degrees, which can make all the difference.
Interesting.
KC24 sunrise time is 5:54.
This is a live look at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It is live right now, but you'll be able to see it in its entirety a little bit later on KC24.
Education matters at KC24, and we're dedicated to bringing you inspirational stories of students finding new ways to strive for success. Watch these Education Matters stories now at yourcentralvalley.com. Just click Education.
I am a remarkable woman.
Remarkable stories from across the country.
I want to inspire women.
We recognized extraordinary efforts, celebrated incredible accomplishments.
There is one finalist from each region, and those compete for the title of Remarkable Women.
See who will take home this year's title and be honored in Hollywood. Go to yourcentralvalley.com/contest and nominate a tireless change maker in your community. KC24 proudly celebrates all the remarkable women in our lives.
Fixing garage doors is all I do here at Precision. It may look bad, but most garage doors can be repaired. Our main goal is to fix the garage door, not to tell you that you need a new garage door. Precision's here to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Oh, love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV. Nice Trailblazer. It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
Well-qualified buyers can get 2.99% financing or $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Plus, unlock your code to claim an additional $500 Chevy CyberCash. Visit your participating Central Valley Chevrolet dealers.
Get the most cash for your Rolex watch at Valley Watch Firm, your #1 Rolex resource in the Central Valley. We specialize in buying and selling vintage and pre-owned Rolex watches. Visit ValleyWatchFirm.com, the experts for all your Rolex needs. Valley Watch Firm, we won't waste your time.
Now through December 31st, get a rate as low as 2.49% APR on new car and truck loans. Or refinance your higher rate loan from another lender. Apply online today at myeecu.org.
Chances are we've already met. But when we meet here, this is where our worlds will come together. Cahuilla Health is built for this moment in your life. We are courageous, resilient, ready. Health is our passion, and excellence is always our focus. Because when you come in here, our priority is to get you back out there.
Cahuilla Health, more than medicine, life.
Welcome back on this Thanksgiving morning. Temperatures are chilly out there, kind of hazy and a little foggy in some parts of the valley. Let's take you outside to show you a live picture from Caltrans. This is their traffic cam at 99 and Cartmill as you enter the city of Tulare. That's the southbound traffic, the red tail lights this morning. If you're traveling outside the valley, low 70s for Los Angeles, but some inland areas will be in the 80s, and you're going to deal with some gusty winds through the passes and canyons. 60s in the Bay Area and 68 in Pismo Beach this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. It is Thanksgiving. It's chilly out there this morning. We are not under a freeze warning, but we will see some areas of patchy fog through about 9 o'clock this morning. Hazy sunshine in the afternoon, and our high of 70 degrees, almost 10 degrees above average for this time of year, but well below records. KC sunrise time, 5:58. Exactly. We'll be right back.
KC24 News is brought to you in part by Corner Bakery Cafe.
Bedtime. The thin, sweet bite to end the night. Oreo Thins.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data, more speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network, and more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. all from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $49.99 a month for 12 months. Plus, ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle.
Does this look like you? Then choose Calviva Health for low or no-cost doctor visits and speak to local representatives here in your community so you can talk to someone when you